Now, obviously, huge news with this Tyson Fury deal. I got a question for you. When you do sign a fighter to an ESPN deal or a top-ranked deal, do you have to run it by ESPN, or do you and the fighter have the final say? How does that work?
Well, it depends. It depends how big the contract is, and it depends on funds. So most of the cases, we don't, go anywhere near ESPN. But this was a major signing, and it does have a big impact. So we discussed it with ESPN beforehand. But the general rule is that we don't.
Okay. Now, is Tyson Fury's deal similar to Alito Alvarez's deal, where the terms change if he loses, or is this money just guaranteed regardless of no matter what?
I don't know who.
Alito Alvarez, the light heavyweight fighter that had the top rank deal. I thought you co-promoted him.
Well, we co-promote. We never co-promoted him. He fought Kovalov, and he was at that point still promoted by Ivan Michel.
Okay.
So we just gave them the platform to stage that fight. But I made it plain that we had, other than on our platform, we had nothing to do with that fight, and indeed it was all Kathy and Ivan Michel.
Okay, because the reason why I asked that is because it was reported that you guys were involved somehow in the deal, and it also he is a fighter on your website, so I apologize if that information is incorrect.
No, we then signed him.
Oh, so you did
to a contract to take place after the Kovalov fight.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works. Okay.
Yeah, after the Kovalov fight. And obviously, we had different amounts, whether he won or lost, because he was just starting with us.
Okay. So moving forward, are you involved with Alvarez anymore, or?
Yes, we are. Okay. We are involved with Alvarez. He's a good man.
Okay.
And we intend to use him. But it's a different basis from the basis we would have had if he had been the champion. Well, that's sort of normal, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, correct. So, as I said, will Tyson Fury's deal change if he loses, or is the money guaranteed?
Well, again, I don't know what money you're talking about guaranteed. The 100 million, the 80 million, that's all bullshit.
Oh, okay. So
that doesn't come from us.
Well, that's ESPN's money. But I was just that's ESPN's money. I was assuming.
No, ESPN didn't say no. It's bullshit. ESPN wouldn't say that because ESPN doesn't pay the fighters. We pay the fighters.
Okay. So where are these figures coming out that are being reported? Are these just all speculated rumors?
They're absolute nonsense, and the press runs with these figures.
Oh, wow.
We don't give them out. ESPN certainly doesn't give them out, but people have great imaginations.
Wow.
And they look for scoops. But if you look at the record, Tyson Fury never said anything.
No, he hasn't been specific about the numbers. No one's really been specific about the numbers.
We never said anything.
You did not.
And indeed, if you asked me about the numbers, I wouldn't know what to say. I mean,
it's
that
complicated.
Number is just fictional.
Yeah, it's complicated. Now, will Tyson Fury's fights only be on regular ESPN network, or will they be on the app ESPN Plus as well? Do you know about that at all? Or?
Well, that I'm sure of. They will be on all ESPN platforms.
All platforms.
Including pay-per-view, ESPN Plus, and ESPN.
Now, I believe yesterday you reported, or it was reported, that you sent a contract over to Deontay Wilder and his manager, Shelley Finkel.
No, that's not correct.
That's not correct?
We sent a proposal.
A proposal, okay.
A proposal over to Wilder through his manager, Shelley Finkel, and with a copy to Al Heyman.
Okay. Have you heard anything back from that, or do you anticipate that's going to take a while?
They told us they would get back to us in a couple of days.
That's great. Now, are you concerned because of Al Heyman's, influence and involvement with Wilder that he may insist that Showtime or Fox or one of his platform networks be involved in somehow to this deal, or do you think that it'll be strictly on ESPN? Do you think there'll be any problems because of Heyman's involvement with Fox and Showtime?
Hopefully there won't be any problems. Yeah. Do I know for sure whether there'll be or not? The answer is no, I don't.
Yeah. No, because to me, obviously, ESPN is a bigger platform than Showtime is, so it just wouldn't make sense to have a joint broadcast like you did with HBO and Showtime, because those are both premium networks, and everyone has.
Well, in that case, when we had the joint broadcast, HBO had a contract with us and through us, Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And Showtime had a contract with Mayweather. So there you have a case where there were two fighters, each having a different contract, each having a contract with a different network, and therefore nobody is going to breach any contract to get a fight done. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a case of accommodating anybody. Legally, it couldn't be done unless both networks were part of it.
Okay. Now let's move on to Terence Crawford. If he beats Amir Khan next, if and when he beats Amir Khan, which is still an if, but most people think he will beat Khan. Who would be the next available opponent out there in the top-ranked stable? I mean, you would have to reach out possibly to fighters over in the PBC side. We reached out for fighters on the PBC side prior to making the deal with Heyman, and got no response. Yeah.
The point is, we will see where it's at after this fight. We will reach out to the best available guy to try to make the biggest match in the welterweight division. And for us, it would appear that if Crawford was successful and Spence was successful, that the biggest match would be Crawford against Spence. And we will reach out and try to make that match. And if they decide not to do it, then we move on. But obviously, that is, I think, anybody who follows boxing will say that the biggest match in the welterweight division is Crawford and Spence.
So both you and Crawford really want that fight. You don't feel the need to let that build at all. You think that fight is ready in the near future.
I think it's built as hot and as big as it'll ever be, particularly if they each come off high-profile victories, one in March and one in April.
Okay. Well, Bob, thank you so much for the time today. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to these fights.
Yeah, terrific.
Thank you.